This is going to be a full breakdown of Wesley's defense against Gun Bunch. We'll be talking about as much detail as possible. For those that do not know, he is running Tampa Bay on defense. They're basically a mirror match. The only difference was Deion Sanders as a wide receiver versus not Deion Sanders as a wide receiver. So let's go ahead and get into this. First, this is Big Dime 236 wheel. Again, Tampa Bay on defense for both of them. They're going to be using Big Dime 236 wheel and 335 wide. They're going to be rotating between it. Now, when they're on their opponent's 20, 25, and on their opponent's side of the field, all the way up to the red zone, they're going to be Big Down 236 wheel the entire time. Now, there's one piece of information we need to watch that's really critical, and it is this guy right here. I'm going to make sure we circle him. It is that man right here that is big, because this tells us what defense he is in. If we see this guy drop down onto the line, this guy right here is going to be looping around the edge. If this user right here does not drop down into the gap right here, it's going to be this guy. That was so bad. It was going to be this guy, and it's going to be this guy. It's going to be these two slot corners that are going to be coming down and blitzing off the edge. It's just really, really small things that you have to pay attention to. So let's go ahead and just play this out. Again, you notice right here, he drops down. So what do we know? This guy's looping around. This is something you got to get into practice mode. You actually learned this real quick. This is Edge Blitz 2. If you guys missed the Blitz video I dropped on Monday, be sure you guys go and check it out. We talked about this Blitz, exactly how they set it up. It's a really good Blitz. There are a couple different ways you can go ahead and pick this up. One's with IDing the corner. One's with just simply blocking your tight end. So right here, we are waiting for him to snap the ball. On offense, you do just want to look at the safeties. And right here, watch this safety. Notice how this safety, this is Gun Bunch verticals, and we talked about this in Edge Blitz 2, how you can stop verticals. This guy right here is in a hook curl, okay? So if he's in a hook curl, he's going to match this crosser. So this crosser, what's going to happen is you got Bunch on this side. He's going to go all the way to this sideline. This hook curl is going to, in turn, match. I just want blue. It's going to match, and it's going to follow him to the sideline, making the user right here not have to follow that, and in turn can go ahead and guard this. Now this guy right here is on an outside third as well. That was not what I wanted, so let's go ahead and just redo that. This guy is on an outside third. This guy is more than likely in an inside third, and this guy is just straight man to man. Wherever this guy goes, he's going with them. And again, this hook curl is going to be matching this crosser. This is a setup that Wesley used frequently against verticals, almost every single time against verticals. And you see right here, we're also getting some blitzing off of the edge. So we've got that guy coming off the edge. We've got this guy coming off right here. And we're just sending a simple 5-man blitz. So let's go ahead and let this play out. It's right there. He picks it up. Simple wheel route. Check down. There's nothing that previous play that was taking away the flats, because he took away the guy that was in the flats originally, because this is a cover 2, and put him into a man assignment. Now, he comes on again, Gun Bunch. Now, people like to flip their bunch. This is the biggest headache, because when they flip their bunch, you on defense have to flip as well. Now, the thing about this Big Time 236 wheel is if you flip it, this guy right here, let me get to the pencil, does not change. That is why this blitz is so good. This angle that he takes doesn't necessarily change, but the person that is blitzing does. So let's go ahead and shift 3 this bad boy, switch over to shift 1, get this ready to play. Again, he's going to go ahead and flip it. What do? Gun Bunch verticals. Take advantage of it. Remember, last time Wesley manned this guy up, if we recall, this guy was in an inside third. Again, kind of give you guys the coverage breakdown behind it. This guy was in a hook curl. So right here, we'll just go ahead and say HC. This guy on the left side right here, was in a, let me redo that real fast. He was in an outside third. Okay, so this is outside third. This is inside third. And again, last time, remember, this is man to man, making the running back on this little wheel route wide open because there's nothing to flat. Now also pay attention to the 2 linebackers. Let's just go back a second and just look at what happens right here. Notice this is as soon as the huddle's broken. This guy's in the gap. So what can we expect? We can expect this guy to come off the edge. So he kind of does a loop pressure. And often, even if you block the running back, he's going to get around the running back and he's still going to hawk down the QB. Kind of a loop like that. He loops around the left tackle, loops around the linebacker, or the running back, gets to the quarterback. That's why this blitz is so insanely good, because the pressure is consistent. So they go ahead and flip bunch. Okay, everybody likes flip bunch. With verticals, the number one thing is a slot receiver. You got to worry about that. The crosser. It gets over every single defense in the game. It beats cover 4 even. So right there, you'll notice, bang, what is that guy in? What do you think he's in? He is in a hook curl. And if you notice late, that guy starts matching with him. And again, check down. Now this guy, this time, does something a little bit different. Pay attention to this guy right here. We're going to be focusing on this assignment right here. Just this. So let's go ahead and shift 3 and play this. We're going to go ahead and take this nice and slow. You see right there, it looks like he's playing man-to-man. And he is. Again, same adjustment. Every single time he's going to give flats, and he could just try sending this little 3-4 man rush that loops around the offensive line. So Wesley's playing the same thing every single time so far, and Henry has not paid attention to this yet. I'm sure he knows because they lab with each other in the same exact crew. But he's doing the same exact adjustment because he's just preparing for verticals. Again, if you guys remember, this guy's dropping into a hook curl. I think it's shift 5. No, what is it? Control Shift 5. There we go. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and just redo this. Again, this guy is just because he's preparing. Okay, Shift 2. It's because he's preparing for verticals every single time. So he's just dropping that guy into hook curl, this guy into a third, inside third, this guy into an outside third. And this person right here, he'll sometimes send him on a blitz, or in red representing the blitz, or using black, he'll man him up to the running back and play man-to-man. This running back is going to go ahead and go up and out. This guy obviously goes wheel route. This guy right here goes wheel route. And this guy goes crosser. But the thing is, if you have the hook curl on this side of the field, on the bunch side, this hook curl will not match that crosser. It has to be on the opposite side of gun bunch for it to match. I don't know why. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So Wesley, in this case, you have to go ahead and instead of normally dropping this guy right here into a hook curl, he'll have to drop this person into a hook curl to be able to match the crosser from the slot receiver that's going to go ahead and run deep. So it looks like this. This is, well, that's not really Control Shift 5. Not working right now. Now go Control Shift 6. There we go. Again, this guy's going to go ahead and run vertically downfield. That's really not good vertical, but it's going to clear out any kind of deep zone, allows crosser to go over top of a zone drop and to get underneath a deep zone. So let's go ahead and shift 3 this bad boy, shift 1, and let's get this rolling. So again, he flips. So what do we have to do on defense? This is the biggest headache about bunch is flip, snap. Verticals, you can just go ahead and running back at a wheel, flip, snap. That's it. It's that good of a setup. Like even just it's stock, completely stock, flip, snap. So you have to be really quick. So you have to go ahead and readjust this guy back into hook curl because if they want to go ahead and spam verticals, you got to adjust to it. Again, he snaps ball. What is it again? Verticals. This time he does not have a hook curl out there. This guy, let's go ahead and talk about what he's doing right here. Deep half, inside third, man him up. In this case, because there's no hook curl to match that crosser, you have to take away that manually, and then you end up having to give up the underneath stuff. Now, he did have a flat out there in that case, which took away the running back, and so you don't have to worry about that in that regard, but he did have to take away the crosser with his user. So, right here, this is a very popular setup you're going to see with gun bunch, especially as you get into high level. This is, again, an advantage with the flip snap thing we're talking about. So, with gun bunch, with hot route master, if you have slot apprentice also, or wide receiver apprentice, you can go ahead with hot route master or any of those other abilities. Take this guy, let's go ahead and put it into, let's just keep it as black. You can take this guy and put him into a crossing route. Now, this crossing route is a very, very deep crossing route. So you have to keep that in mind because he flipped. He now has the potential to have a deep crosser instead of a skinny post, which just go like up and then over like that. It's going to be a crosser instead. So that's a big benefit that we have with flip bunch or any kind of flip compressed set. So with that in mind, he's going to go ahead and switch it up because Henry and Wesley are kind of adjusting to each other. Wesley is expecting him to run vertical. So Again, remembering this adjustment, hook curl right here stops that crosser from the slot receiver. Inside third from, give me a blue. Inside third right here. Outside third right there. And then remember, man to man right here. And the running back junior is going to be left open. But Wesley's starting to adjust and putting this guy into flat over here. Okay, so he's starting to adjust that. But obviously we were out, so you're going to get over the top. But there's other adjustments you can do to kind of counteract that. We'll get into that as the video goes on. But let's go ahead, get back into this, see how this play plays out. Again, with the snap bunch, you see right there's a crosser. He mans him up this time, and that's a shade up as well. But you get right there, hitch, playmaker, dot. It's just a check down game. It's a check down game, check down game, check down game. That's all it is. So bunch, flip bunch, flip bunch. We talked about this all year long, how bunch, we've talked about this for the past 5-6 years now, how bunch has just been probably one of the most powerful formations of the game for its blocking, for its route combos, for just everything that it can do. It's crazy good. So flip bunch, okay, verticals, even on the short side, wide side does not matter. Verticals is always a good play. Now, as we get inside towards about the 10-yard line, you often see these two swap from 2-3-6 wheel to 3-3-5 wide. That is solely for a run. The inside zone split out of this particular bunch offset, Cincinnati Bengals, by the way, it's a mirror match on both sides. This inside zone split, regardless of what formation it is really good against dime sets. Dollars, you can kind of get a gap shoot. 3-3-5 wide, you can gap shoot it, and so it's not as good. So really, they should have been taking advantage of that a lot more, because gap shoot is very, very difficult, and the run defense is really, really tough in this particular run. But we're inside the 26, 2nd and 5. Wesley is slowing him down. This year, it's all about slowing your opponent down. It's not a matter of necessarily getting a stop until you're inside the 20, where defense is actually kind of there. It's still difficult, but it's kind of there. But again, we're going to go ahead and let him snap the ball. It's right there. Here's our looping pressure we were talking about. This guy is going to be coming in clean every single time. He sends 5 out. So let's go ahead and just let this bad boy play out. You see right there, looping pressure is coming through. Wheel routes, dots. You got both wheel routes, and the wheel routes are just a good quick snap play. So if it works, keep running it, right? So as I was talking about, flip bunch. Flip bunch, flip bunch, flip bunch. They flip it if you can't adjust fast enough, because you have to flip the defense to be able to get this blitz to really work. And you notice, again, as we talked about right there, this guy right here, let's go make sure we're on the right one, is mugging the gap, okay? He is not actually on a blitz. There is no blitzing going on right here. The blitz is coming from the guy that is not mugging the gap. And again, it's kind of a loop around the tackle, get to the quarterback, and sometimes he'll send this guy off the edge as well. This right here, we'll go ahead and put 1 by him. And this guy right here, we'll go ahead and put 2 by him. Number 1 is on a contain. Number 2, if he blitzes him, is in a contain. If he doesn't blitz him, is not in a contain, and he's usually in some sort of flat zone, manned up to the running back, or in some other zone, whether it be a vert hook or whatever. Now, as we get inside the 20, there's several plays you have to worry about. Mesh spot, mesh post, and verticals. Now, in these Cincinnati playbook, I don't know if they have mesh spot or mesh post. I don't know their bunch offset at all. But if we're talking about like Carolina Panthers, or if we're talking about Seattle Seahawks has mesh spot. Carolina Panthers has mesh post. The wheel route, the seam wheel route's really, really good this year. If you don't know that, you do now. It beats everything, okay? It beats man defense. It beats zone defense. You just got to know certain adjustments to it. But again, Wesley just likes to send this blitz. Remember, if there's a guy mugging the gap, it's not a slot corner blitz. It's a looping blitz. And that's a big piece of information that I think most people tend to overlook. So again, verticals. You have to respect the crosser. If you don't respect the crosser against his stock cover 2, which this looks like at the very start of the snap, you're going to have a heyday trying to stop this. Now right there, he sends 3. If you send 3, not 4, the loop doesn't work as well. But you can see he plays more coverage style defense. He has a flat there. I believe that is a soft squat. B right here, if you watch B, is a touchdown. I believe Derrick Henry has a gunslinger. I'm not entirely sure. He might have escape artist, but no slinger. I don't know. If he has a gunslinger right there, pass lead to the right, that's a touchdown. And that's kind of where you got to be careful with the gun bunch. And I like to man up gun bunch a little bit more. But you can see right there, he has to take away the crosser. Derrick Henry is going to go ahead and scramble. I don't know if he has escape artist or gunslinger or what he does, what he has. So 2nd and inches. Okay, this time Henry's going to go ahead and run this inside zone split. And as I was talking about, that's a really good run against 245 odd. It's a good run against big dime 236, whether it's Will or Sam. It's just overall a good run against those kind of 3 down linemen or odd sets. So, inside zone split, pretty simple play call. All you're doing is just trying to get some small yards. He gets small yards, he gets the first down. That's essentially all that matters. Now, there's another play you have to worry about right here, and that is going to be spacing switch. Again, I don't know Bengals if they have spacing switch, but spacing switch is a really good zone beater. Okay, it's a really nasty zone beater because you just take the slot receiver right here. Kind of break this down for you guys. If you take the slot receiver on bunch side, obviously, and you put him on a slant, that's actually really, really bad. Let's go ahead and get a different color so you can see it inside the red zone. You put him on a slant, right? Tight end goes on like a little hitch. This guy kind of does like a little out route. Running back does a really weird route. And then this guy on this side, he'll come in and kind of just like sink right here. So let's go ahead, clear that out. Let's get back into it. You have to worry about that. But again, he runs this inside zone split. It's really good against big time 236 Will. And all he's looking for is just getting short yards. And you're going to notice right here, I believe at this point, Wesley gets out of 236 Will. And he goes into the 335 wide specifically for the run. 236 Will is better for pass. 335 wide is better for run, in my opinion. You see right here, he goes 335 wide because he's just essentially at this point trying to stop that inside zone split because you know you're going to get gashed if you stay in that 236 Will and you don't know how to stop the run because it's not that great to stop the run, especially even if it's a shotgun play. So you got to go ahead and put a little more beef up front. You got to get some thick boys up front to hopefully try and stop the run if he goes to it. So he goes tight slots, HP weak. Odds are, I think Wesley at this point is thinking, okay, he's probably going to run inside zone. I don't know what's in the Bengals. I'm assuming there must be some sort of inside zone, maybe an RPO out of this. But you just got to play a bend, don't break. And how I like to play the red zone is I usually like to play send the blitz and just play stock zone drops. If you play zone with zone drops, then they don't play well at all because they don't recognize that, hey, the end zone is an additional 10 yards. They don't know that. So it's kind of something you got to be, I don't know if it's exactly 10 yards, but somewhere around there. But they don't recognize that there's an additional space of the field that they got to cover. They just stop right at the pylon, right? They just stop right at it. And that's what allows slants posts to get over the top. So in this case, it's better to not use zone drops and keep everything at default. And again, how I like to play it is to basically send pressure and force a quick read and just take away the quick reads by putting my safeties into hook curls. But we're going to be going ahead and watch these safeties right here. Watch this corner. So the guys we want to pay attention to, let's go ahead and get this in pink so you can maybe see a little bit better. Shift 2. We're going to be watching this DB right here, this DB here, that DB here, that DB, and then of course putting the yellow. That was a control shift 6. Let's try this one more time. Putting him in yellow. Of course, the user is also something that you have to pay attention to. Now, we also have one more slot corner right here. Well, let's just pay attention to everything that he does and trying to hold Henry to minimal points. So as I was talking about, plays a little bit more aggressive, plays without zone drops on, plays more so man-to-man in this particular defense. Right there, he has 2 spies. Looks like he has 2 spies out, and well, the spies go absolutely nowhere. And right there, bagged. I don't know if those are spies. It might have been hook zones. I'm not entirely sure. But 3rd and goal right here. He's going to go ahead and what he should actually go to on offense is probably the little wheel route from the running back. But he's going to go ahead and run verticals again. He's going to be looking for the seam. You can see right there, nothing open again, playing some pretty stock man defense. There's really nothing special about that, but acrobat. That's why you get acrobat, because he can actually make plays on the ball. So remember, when he gets closer to the end zone, he starts switching over to 3-5 wide just to help play the run, get a little bit more support up front, get a little bit more of the thick boys up front, be able to play the run a little bit better. When he's further away or in the middle of the field or outside the 20, he's going to be playing 2-3-6 Will because he's generally not too concerned about the run out of this particular playbook. There must not be an inside zone if he's not worried about 3-5 wide in this particular formation. I don't know. But verticals. We all know how good verticals is, and the adjustment doesn't change really all too much. Right here, he may have had a touchdown if that guy on the outside was a streak. But again, verticals. Yeah, I talked about this before. Right here, crosser, see, manned up, crosser will match that late, provided there's no zone drops. If he has zone drops, the crosser, the hook curl will not match that crosser, and then you got to manually take it away, which is perhaps why he has his user on that the entire way. You can see right there, back. So 3rd and 10. He goes back again, verticals. Literally, that's all that's been ran so far. It's just verticals, 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 and he's playing good defense so far. So, gets us to a 4th and maybe 2. Yeah, 4th and 2, verticals. If you're not convinced verticals is one of the best plays in the game, I don't know what to tell you. Z-spot and go is pretty good, but verticals is the best. So right here, Z-spot and go, baby, okay? We're going to be looking for the corner out. Simple high-low read on the sidelines. You can see we got breaking out route. This guy is not going to buy it. And if he can escape this contain, that corner out's going to be wide open. And in this case, worst case scenario is you give a corner out. Worst case is you give a touchdown, right? Best case scenario, you give up a 1st down. And somewhere that's a better case is you somehow get a stop on defense. So there's the contain. He could roll out right there. He goes in and it's his check down. Just looking for the flats, get that 1st down. That's all you're looking for. So flood, he's going to go in quick snap flood. Because he's noticing he's been preparing for verticals a lot. You can see as we were talking about. If you guys don't believe me now, then I hope you do now. But Wesley's literally selling out for verticals almost every single time. This guy is in a hook curl. All right, he is in a hook curl. Now, this hook curl right here looks like, because there's the line of scrimmage is, let's go ahead and get pink for this. The line of scrimmage, a little bit bigger of a circle for this, is right here-ish. Okay, and this guy's in a hook curl. So let's see, 5, 10, 15. Perhaps that's a 15-yard zone drop. Perhaps it's not. You don't really know how zones sometimes play in this game. But looks like that is maybe even a 20-yard zone drop. And you can see right there, he's going to go ahead and hit the dig route. I think that was a zone drop in this particular case. And he gets the 1st down pretty easily. So 2nd and 1. Again, flood. Out route. That was actually, I believe that was more of an option route. But you can see again, 1st down, 1st down, 1st down. And verticals. More verticals. So he blocks his tight end, which picks up this blitz, making it to where if he's still running zone drops on this particular hook curl right here, let's go ahead and get shift 2, make this a little bit smaller, like right about here. If he's still running this guy in a hook curl with zone drops, say it's running at, I don't know, 20 yards, then him as a user, we'll go ahead and put this pink or blue as a route for now. If this is the crosser, that beats that. That's over the top. That's a 1-play touchdown because he's manning this guy up right here. This is a man-to-man every single time, and that's going to obviously have no deep zone over the top, and it's a 1-play touchdown provided it gets time. So as a user, you have to take that away, and then you have to give up the little wheel route. So let's go ahead and shift 3 to clear this all off, shift 1, and off we go to the races. So you can check there. Crosser would have been open if Henry actually stayed in the pocket. So kind of a dangerous user in that situation. He's playing with fire. But again, looper. Remember, if that guy is bluffing and mugging the gap, this guy right here is going to go ahead and what is he going to do? He's going to come loop around and get to the QB. If the guy is mugging the gap, this guy is going to loop every single time. Now, provided they go ahead and rush 4, it's going to go ahead and scream as well. He's right there, runs inside zone split. Goes ahead and gets good gain of yards. 2nd and 1. Wesley's basically got to go ahead and just slow him down. And Madden 22, and next gen especially, I don't know about current gen. I haven't played current gen much at all. You have to understand defense is next to impossible. And almost any pro player will agree. Defense is almost next to impossible. The only time you can really play defense is inside the red zone where the space is so compact and so tight that if you can have good red zone defense and get a stop and hold them to 3, you're looking pretty good on defense and offense. Offense this year, time management, and don't go for the 1-play touchdowns. Don't go for the shot plays every single time because, well, it's going to turn out to hurt you if you can't at least slow your opponent down. So right here, inside zone split again and again and again. That might be post-up activating right there. I'm not entirely sure what abilities has. Usually it's post-up if it's on your guards. You don't really see much more than that. I don't know what it is, to be honest. But right there, he's looking for the corner out. Again, now it's probably a 20-yard, 25-yard zone drop. And if you guys remember, let's just go back to that real fast. I want to talk about that zone drop in particular. Zone drops. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. This is the line of scrimmage. Blue's going to be not the line of scrimmage, the pylon. Okay, so this is the pylon right here. We'll go ahead and skip over so you can kind of see. Assuming that this guy right there, I know this is a flat, but bear with me on this. Let's assume this guy is in 25-yard zone drop. It's still going to stop at the line. Like, it's not going to go any deeper than this pylon. And so what that in turn means is if this A receiver runs to this back end of the corner right here and hits that little sweet spot, that's a touchdown. And that's just how Madden 22 is. It's just zone drop's just kind of broken. You can see instead he goes ahead, scrambles out. Now, later in the game, there's a screenplay, and I've known about this since September. Screenplays glitch out the defense. They glitch it out. It's terrible. And I don't know why they didn't use that more often, but it's basically a money play. It's kind of crazy how broken screens are. Right there, nobody in the middle. Again, Henry, I believe, or Wesley. Let me see where Bunch was. Where was Bunch? And what is it? Let's see what the safety is doing. So that safety goes into the flats. Yeah, that's assuming we're gonna assume this is probably a cover 2 man. So this guy goes into the curl flat. Maybe even hard flat, shade down, I don't know. But you can see right there, this is I believe that's a dig route, so that's going to be this man. This guy is a safety, and is he in a hook curl, I believe? We'll go ahead and let this snap the ball. We're going to watch this safety right here is the guy that we're going to go ahead and watch. We're going to see what exactly he gets put into. So that's a skinny post. It's a hot routed skinny post. Or smart routed skinny post. I believe, no, that's a cross. That's a cross man. That's why cross man is so bad. Like the prime example right here, why cross man is so bad this year. It hasn't been good for a couple years now. But let's go into, make this a little bit smaller. Tight end runs a drag. This safety right here originally started right here. And then he was just simply crossman to the tight end. So what crossman used to do is it essentially, let's say, again, let's go ahead and just make the tight end run a drag route, right? It would basically meet them halfway and then curve around, keeping its speed and be able to run with them and take that away. That's what crossman used to do, but it no longer does that. You can see right there, it gets smoked. So that's why nobody really likes crossman and skinny post. It's going to be man defense, especially if you're hot or smart route it. And you can see right there, no deep zone at the top. Easy touchdown. Great read. So again, defense. It's all about slowing down. You can see right there, looping pressure. Actually gets picked up because he's IDing the slot corner right there. So if you ID the guy first, the outside, it picks it up about 60% of the time. But again, playing the same style of defense every single time, with this safety dropping it, wrong color. With this safety dropping into an inside third, this guy dropping into an outside third. So it originally started like that. This guy originally started right here. This guy originally started right there. And all of them going to inside third. You can see right there, he's got A open. This is just a simple verticals. This is as simple cover 3 as you can possibly get. So he takes one streak, but the problem is you got another one. That's kind of the issue with running cover 3 is you got to worry about double verticals. Again, he's not looking downfield, so Wesley kind of gets lucky because he had a huge play right there, potentially a touchdown. Yeah, even Tyler Davis has agreed that could have been a wide open touchdown. So, right here, this time he plays a cover 2. Okay, so at this point, Wesley's kind of stepping away from verticals. He's stepping away from the defense to guard verticals because Henry's really isn't going to, because Henry's seeing that Wesley has a defense to stop it. Okay, there is a way to stop verticals. It's possible. I know it's not consistent, but there's a way to try and stop it. You can see right there, looping pressure. This guy will get, let's just watch this guy right here, okay? We're going to go ahead and watch this man right here just do his thing. He will kind of engage with the running back, but just bounce off and in turn get a easy sack. He's right there, bounces off, and he's chasing down the QB, so Derrick Henry has to scramble against a QB contain because QB contains are broken. He's right there. Good stop. He holds them. That's all what Madden 22 is. It's just a matter of holding them as much as you can and making them take forever on their drive. So we talked about the screenplay earlier in this video. The screenplays beat everything in this game. Roll out, that's a fader out. Look what happens. The guy, even if it's manned up, he breaks. If it's a deep zone, doesn't always break. But if it's a flat zone, man up, it breaks, and he's right there. You have to use that. There's really no other way that I know of to defend that, and it gives up a touchdown. So right here, Henry's down a lot. In this situation, continue to send that pressure. Excuse me. Continue to send it. But this time, if we go back just a little bit, just even a half second, you notice again, this guy, what is he doing? He's mugging the gap. Okay, he's mugging this gap right here. What does that mean? That means that this guy is going to go ahead and, as we talked about, do that looping blitz and get to the QB. Now, again, this guy is on a contain. Hopefully I can kind of show you guys that. This guy is on a contain. This guy is, as I said in my video, is essentially a free agent. You can go ahead and drop him into a vert hook if you want to. You can go ahead and take him, maybe even man him up to the running back, man him up to this guy. The things you can do with it are quite literally unlimited with what you can do. So right here, he actually shifts his D-line. I think in this case, he's getting ready for the inside zone out of this particular play and try and gap shoot it. I don't particularly know a way to gap shoot inside zone. I'm still learning this defense myself. But this is the user right here. So let's just go ahead and circle the user in black. You've got to figure out a way to be able to shoot this gap right there and stop the inside zone. Otherwise, the other way you can maybe do it is if you go ahead and kind of loop around and shoot that gap right there. So these are the two A gaps that you have to try and figure out how to shoot if you want to be able to stop the run. So play action. This is going for a shot play. He scrambles out. I may be wrong about that. Believe this is an inside third. I know what this is right here. This, you're going to probably get your mind blown away right here, but this is a deep half. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this and say 1/2. Okay. This right here, inside third. So this is a 1/3. This is an outside third. If you do not know about halves and thirds by now, halves, if there is a corner out. So let's just say this guy right here, for example, he ran a corner. So he goes out or up and out. This guy originally right here, this X guy, is running a skinny post. So he goes downfield and breaks, and he gets over the top of a deep half. And if you have an inside or a streak, something like this inside third is going to bite on that streak, and it's allow that skinny post to get open a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and play this out. It's right there. He's looking for the skinny post, looking for the skinny post, looking for the skinny post. He throws it just a hair late, but he manages to pull it off. I think if you throw even a half second late, that's a pick. So, same exact play. There's really no difference between this at all. The only difference is this is the out route, this is a crosser. It works the same. There's no difference at all as far as how this is going to play. It's a cover 2 right here. Wesley is preparing for verticals. As we've talked about this 5,000 times, and I'm going to talk about it again. He's preparing for verticals. This guy isn't a hook curl, so let's just go ahead and say HC for that. Say this is a hook curl. He's going for a crosser for verticals. He's manning up this guy again. He's preparing for verticals. He's full sending on the verticals. Outside third. We've talked about this before. Outside third. Inside third. But the problem is, this isn't verticals. And that skinny post is going to beat his man defense. So it's going to go ahead and run like that. And he's kind of looking for right in this area is what he's looking for, that skinny post. So let's go and let this play out. It's right there. Ooh, that blitz actually should have came through. I was screaming at him. I'm sorry, Henry, you got a little lucky right there. That blitz was just humming. So he's just going for a shot play. He needs a beater. He needs one play touchdown. He motions this guy over. We talked about this earlier. Some people think I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know why. You take this and you get a good route combination going like this. So let's just say this guy is on a corner out, right? Corner out. Motioned over, streak. Skinny post. I mean, that's awful. Let's try this one more time. It's Control Shift 6. Skinny post, right? You're looking for that skinny post right about here. That outside third is going to bite down the corner out. This streak is going to pull this inside third over. Just going to let this play out. He's looking for a one-play touchdown right here, right now. So that was actually a crosser, but nonetheless, crossers suck down in deep zones as well. And he actually plays it pretty good. Instead, he takes the crosser for an easy catch to tap on the sideline. But Wesley played that correct. If you do not want to give up one play touchdown, the best thing to do is to user it. And he went ahead and used the one play touchdown because he's worried that the outside quarter was not going to play that. So, again, shot play, shot play, shot play, shot play. You got to get a touchdown right here all day. Otherwise, it's going to be GG's and game over. So right there, again, Wesley drops back. Interesting. You playmaker the dig. Hold up. See this demonic play. So right there, dig right. That skinny post. This is actually really disgusting. This is why Madden 22's defense is so bad. There's no pass rush. He blocks 7, giving you only some 4. But we got dig right here. You got a corner out that went up like that. You got your skinny post that went up. That's bad. That's bad. Let's try this one more time. Your skinny post kind of goes like that and like that. I know that is not a good skinny post, but again, you're just looking to hit it right here. This is the spot you're looking for all day long. It's the same exact thing. He playmakers the dig route. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that on defense. There's not. Like, you gave it up. Okay, you gave it up. And it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So right here, Wesley's just got to hold the door. If you can hold if this is where the men are separated from the boys, okay? And I don't have goal line defense. If you got first and goal and you want to run a fullback dive, you got it. Pyro, I can stop, but fullback dive, I got no chance. No chance against QB sneak or a fullback dive. I just have not put much time into it. Figure out goal line defense. Don't do what I do. He actually goes ahead and passes it because he's trying to catch him off guard, and he could have ran it in. And let's talk about this real fast. Several things there's many things that are wrong with this game. First off, zone's not playing into the red zone very well, even if it's cloud flat, soft spot, hard flat, doesn't matter if you have zone drops or not. Spies. Some people say, why don't you just put a QB spy? Why don't you just contain? If you don't know how easy it is to escape a contain by now, from the past going on 3 years, I don't know what to tell you. But spies inside the 5 are really bad. Really bad, no matter who it may be, because spies, they don't react fast enough. And this is the big issue with escape artist. It's not necessarily that the ability is broken, it's that the players don't react properly. They don't react as quickly as the escape artist input is, therefore they get left in dust. So right here, if you're to drop a spy, it doesn't matter who it is, they can scramble out because they're either going to get stuck on the offensive line or just simply not be able to react fast enough. You can see right there. Again, he could just scramble and he could have just ran in, or he could have threw a dot. 2 different options. So again, you have to respect this inside zone split. Wesley plays again with the yellow zone. Yellow zones also react to the run a little bit better, especially if you don't have zone drops. If you have zone drops set to 5, they play the run significantly better. But he goes to 3-2-5 wide because he doesn't want to get this clock chewed on him. He's got to slow him down at this point. And Wesley, in this case, if you're playing defense, you know you're going to give up a play. You know you're going to give up a touchdown. And Henry's looking for that. Okay. So you just got to play as good of bend don't break and try to get it. I'm sorry I'm stopping this so much. You got to try your best to get it into overtime and then pray you get the coin flip. That's it. So right here. Yeah, if you remember, Wesley's been playing a lot of man defense with a 3-5 wide. And that really hasn't changed much at all. It hasn't. But plays pretty good defense right there. Deep half plays good. Man defense plays good and actually locks up pretty darn well. He actually does, again, a cross man. So he goes big down 2-3-6 will. Remember, anything around the 20-ish, he'll go to 3-5 wide. But since this is a passing situation, you want to try and get at least hope that you can get that looper to come around. And again, contain glitch blitz. That's what we're going to call it. You want to pray that this guy can get around and get to him. If he blocks his tight end, he gets picked up. If he doesn't block his tight end, if he blocks his running back, this guy still comes around. Then at the same time, you got to pray that this guy is able to contain. And then again, your user's right here. You don't need to engage. You can just simply hover for this blitz to work. So, we're going to go ahead and let this ball play out. He's going to go ahead and go to tight slots HP weak. Why has he been running on all day? Verticals. What's he going to do? Verticals. He's going to go and actually try and beat the man defense right here. And again, Wesley, while that is pretty big, it's not bad. Not bad. I still like it because he's still trying to keep everything in front. Really good dive tackle. If you're not dive tackling by pushing X, you're doing it wrong. Don't conservative dive tackle this year. It's too good. So, this is one of the final plays of the game. Henry obviously has 2 timeouts left. Wesley has none. At this point, you're at the mercy of Madden. You're praying that Madden doesn't screw you all too much. And you've got to play the best red zone defense you've got. Like, if you're bringing out the bag, now's the time to bring out the bag. Don't hold anything back at this point. Bring every trick you know. If you know a glitch to glitch out the offense, and it's not mentioned in the MCS rules, bring it. So, man-to-man. Remember, Wesley's been running man-to-man quite a bit. He's in this nickel 3-5 wide, and he's usually going to go ahead. He may even go ahead and do the same thing. Cross-man, maybe cross-man this the guy, or cross-man this guy to the tight end, and drop this guy to a deep zone or a flat zone to help protect the corner out particularly. But you also have to remember, earlier in the game, Henry, what did he do? I'm curious. You guys can tell me in the comment section right now. What did Henry do in the earlier part of the game that got him a touchdown? Take a couple seconds. See if you can remember. Because this is a really good exercise in Madden to be sure that you can remember things. If you can't remember things, the game becomes a lot more difficult. Now that you've had a few seconds, if you remember, Henry's been running this skinny post, which beats man defense. It beats everything in the game. It beats deep zones. It gets underneath deep zones. It gets over the top of yellow zones. You have to watch out for that. If you don't look out for that, things can get dark real quick. So it actually goes ahead and runs. It's kind of a mesh spot-ish kind of play, but not really. I don't want to call it mesh spot. It's not quite mesh spot. But I don't know why he's motioning that guy. Unless he has slot apprentice on there, that might be the reason why. You can try out route. Nothing open. Playing really some of the best defense we've seen Wesley play all game. Now that A icon, he might be running a whip. So you got to be careful about not overcommitting to the drag, but committing enough to where you can stop it. Looking for, I don't know who he's looking for because there's absolutely nobody open. B is smothered. You throw that should be a pick 6. RB is smothered. That's not open. And Wesley's, I'm sure, kind of frustrated that he even animated that ball. That's crazy. So 8 seconds. This is gonna have to be one of the last plays of the game. This is 3rd and goal. This is like NFL all year long, just close down to the last second. Henry takes a timeout. This gives you on defense. This gives you time to think, okay, what exact adjustments do I want to do? What has he done in the game that's beat me before in this particular situation? What do I remember? It's important that you remember these things. The memory is game changing. So 8 seconds left. Big Dime 236. I like the call Big Dime 236 because Henry, I really doubt he runs the ball. And heck, I don't want to send a blitz right here. You don't want to send a heavy blitz. If you send a heavy blitz, force him to make a quick read, it's a coin flip at that point. You pretty much pray that something good happens in your favor. So, this is the most painful thing about Madden. Right there. I don't know if that's opened, but he gets it. I would say that defender in the back of the end zone should have played that a little bit better. And the fact that he just threw that, I don't know, maybe it's definitely looked like a high point pass, but the fact that he threw that kind of just shows you the odds of Madden 22 in the state that we're currently in. It's kind of a scary game, but anyways, you guys probably hear the baby crying in the background. Yes, that is my newborn son. And yes, my wife is here helping me today. This is our day off of school. But that is breaking down Wesley's defense to the best of my ability. If you guys want more of this kind of breakdown, we're going to be definitely doing a lot more of it throughout the year with Mutthead and Players Lounge and whatever games we may see on stream. So we will catch you guys in the next one.